Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh yeah.
And we're live. If anybody that is new here, I am Rob. This is Mindy. And would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, me? Sorry.
Yeah, you.
I'm Chelsea Marrow. I am the vocalist of Visitant.
And a damn good one at that.
Yes.
Thank you. You too.
So I'm going to let Mindy start with her questions.
So I definitely want to know, how was the Tennessee Devastation?
Dude, it was incredible. They really know how to promote their shit. I was impressed by the turnout. I've never been to the festival, myself. And it was just I don't know. It was a good group of people from the first band into the end of the night. It was pretty wild. The sound was awesome. The people there were just so friendly and just, I don't know, welcoming. That was a good experience. Saw a lot of people I knew, so that was fun. But there were I feel like Visitant was well received. And there was people out there that were singing our songs with us, and I was just kind of taken aback by that. I'm not used to that. I'm used to being in bands that are just purely either death metal or purely black metal or So we have some catchy shit disco.
I would have to agree with you there for sure. Hollywood's in the chat. Hey, Hollywood.
Hello, Robert Dennis.
So I'm going to start with a difficult question that I always ask. Not musically. Everybody always gets this wrong. Not musically. What do you want to leave as your legacy as a person?
I think that's a really tough question to answer, especially if it doesn't involve music, because that's been my whole life.
I get that. I'm just saying as
no, just overall. Oh.
Yeah.
I guess. I guess I just want to lead as an example, in a way where you don't have to live to the norms of a society. You can follow your heart as a human and do what makes your soul happy. I think that's so important to existence and the full experience of being human. I want little girls to look up to people and be have positive role models in their lives and be I want to be like that person one day, or, I guess just overall being a positive influence to the people around me and help people wherever I can. I feel like there needs to be more of that and more community in this world, and I hope I can help provide that for people.
I think you do a pretty good job of that.
Thank you.
So my question for you is, what is the number one thing that you have to have with you when you go on tour? Because I know everybody kind of has their own tour rituals and things that they have to have with them when they go. So I'm excited to know what's the most important thing to you when you go on tour?
Well, overall, honestly, so far I'm a minimalist. As long as I got my wallet, my phone, my mic setup, my attire, the right shoes, I'm good.
I've found that things like dry shampoo and baby wipes are very significant. Also,
Definitely baby wipes for sure. Especially like you're using gas station bathrooms with that really rough toilet paper, you know.
yep.
Oh. But I have issues with dry shampoo because it just doesn't work for me. My hair just gets oily, and I'm just like, well,
Uh,
we're here now. That's it.
I don't have to
It'll
worry
work
about
for me
that.
like once. Yeah, Rob's got that issue. No, it'll
I'm
work for me like
jealous.
once, and then after that, it like my hair tries to overcompensate and then gets oily. So
Same. It's like, well, at least my hair smells good, even though it still looks like shit.
and the thing of it is, like when you're on tour too, it's like no matter how many times you shower, 5 minutes on the stage and you're sweaty and gross anyways. It's like, what was the point?
What's the point? Yeah. I think the thing is for me too is like, I guess it's genetics where I don't sweat a whole lot, but
Yeah,
damn,
I don't.
during Tennessee devastation, I was sweating bullets. I could feel the beads drop down my ass crack. It was like it was wild. It was like the sun was just cooking us. Taylor was like, "My guitar feels really hot."
That's how
But
I felt at Michigan Metal Fest though, because like
yeah,
after we got off stage, I didn't realize, but everybody's like, your face is super red. I got sunburnt.
yeah, dude. I did get some sun on or during Tennessee devastation, and it made it a lot harder to breathe. So like my vocal changes are really fast, you know, and
Mhm.
the techniques are fast and from cleans to harsh and etc. And the in betweens. So not being able to like it was like trying to scream and sing when you're in a sauna. So that
So
made that complicated. But I feel like I did okay. I was like I yeah.
those
Yeah.
quick breaths are your best friend.
Mhm.
Robert?
So this is a question for both of you. If you could pick your own tour, regional, regional, one national, and I hate using this term female fronted, who's coming with you?
Are we using the term female fronted?
You don't have you don't have to. I'm not a big I there has to be a better term for that, but
Regional, national, female fronted. That's hard. I want to take everybody with me.
Oh
Um,
let's make it easier. You can make it a 3-day festival.
wow.
no! All
You can
right,
make
so
it easier.
30 bands, so you can take everyone with you.
um, geez, that's hard.
Let's say like there's five bands.
Okay,
Right?
5 bands per
Yeah,
regional,
five bands per day.
national, female fronted. Okay.
Yep.
And that's including your own.
Of course, you're going to be on the bill. Yes. You choose
So
where you want
4.
to be. You could be opener. You could be closer. Doesn't matter.
Well, I guess I'll start with my female fronted band since that's where I would fit in the festival. So the other bands I think would have to go with Visitant, of course. I would do Casket Robbery. I would do Blackwater Drowning. Gosh, there's so many amazing female fronted bands. Which I guess I could put some of those in my regional bands too. Raven Black. Gosh, that would be a sick tour. We should actually probably be discussing this at some point. And Nailbite.
Oh, 'Aw, 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 'Aw
Regionally, gosh, there's so many good regional bands. I would probably go with Ham Radio, To Be a King, Freedom from the Shadows, Cult is Black. Gosh, there's so many good regional bands right now. That's hard. Robert, this is such a hard question.
I know. I ask hard questions. I'm not.
Me too.
I'm not gonna be like everybody else.
And I guess inferior design. For my nationals, I would go with my favorite band of all time, of course, Kitty. I would probably put Cold on that bill because that's another one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's 2. I got 3 more. Spirit Box is killing it right now. Definitely put them on that bill. I would say Evanescence just because I would love to just sit down on a bill with Amy Lee and pick her brain.
I would just want to sit down and talk to her for a minute.
Well, I met her once and blew it. That was the most embarrassing thing. I've never fangirled in my life until I met Amy Lee, and then I screwed it up. And then I'd have to go with Korn, just a high school favorite.
I mean, I would fanboy if I met Jonathan, but you know.
Yeah, me too.
I've been trying to get him on here, but no luck so far.
It's a hard one to pin down. All right, Chelsea.
Yeah.
All yours.
Yeah. That's hard. I have a few that I guess Dying Oath for sure. We had Winter Sea, Dawn of Ouroboros.
Yeah.
And then let's see. I'm trying to think. This is a tough one. What is that band's name? I'm having a brain fart, and I see your face, and we just did a game together, and my brain is going Frantic Amber. Would be really cool. I tend to flow more towards, of course, like my heart's kind of in the blackened melodic black. I want to eventually tour with Entheos.
Oh gosh, so good. That was right on the tip of my tongue too. And Filth Spewer. Oh, love that.
I love her.
Natalie is amazing.
And then just general bands. Cold would be an awesome one. I don't think we fit with them, but that would be a fun multi-genre show.
Yeah, it's your festival. I don't think I would fit with most of those bands I said, but I mean,
hell yeah. And then Opeth would be sick.
Oh, that would be sick.
Oh, yeah. And the Reticent, as far as like regional, I guess too. The Reticent.
I miss watching that band play. I haven't seen them in a very long time.
Dude, they're a powerhouse. Even without a drummer, like, it was just incredible to watch. And I was like, Paul, I didn't know you could sing. That's fucking wild.
They give me all the feels.
Oh, no, wait. And I guess I'll name one more. I would love to tour with Zale and Ardor or Guerilla.
Those are all great picks. Nailed it.
One more. Kardashev. You would love them. They're really melodic, but they're one of my favorites right now.
I'm making a note of this right now.
I'll send you. Okay, look up the album Liminal Rights.
Okay. Making a note of it. I got to check it out. If you like it, I'm sure I probably will too.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's got all the feels. If you want to cry, that's the album to listen to.
Oh, God. I don't know if I want to cry, but
check
it out.
But
it's a good cry. You're like, damn.
All right, my turn to ask a question, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so What do you feel has been your biggest sacrifice so far as a musician? Because I know that we all have to make certain sacrifices to have this career, but what do you feel is like the biggest one or the biggest
It's
obstacle, whichever you prefer?
it's so interesting that this question's coming up because it's something that I've thought about, like especially since we've gone on tour. I've sacrificed like conventional lifestyle and the what do you call it, the nuclear family kind of.
Yeah.
I don't have that, and it's not something I really saw for myself.
Yeah,
Um,
I get that.
and I've definitely found in like even normal relationship circumstances, it's hard to tour and do all those things and maintain something like that. But and it's also hard to come home and for friends to or people around you or even in job circumstances for them to understand like, hey, it's not just like a hobby for you, that like this is, I built my life around this thing, you
Yeah.
know and I spent my entire life trying to build that foundation and be in a place where um, I'm accepted by people who understand it and accept me for even with that lifestyle. It's not like I'm out there partying my balls off or anything, but it's just like I might be gone for a month or something, like that's the life I chose. I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
I think it's hard for like friends, especially because, they want you to be in touch all the time and things like that. And when you grow to be an adult, especially an adult who has a career like this, it's very hard for people to understand that you can't always make it to like Christmas and birthdays and all these things and just normal friend group hangouts and things like that. I feel like I definitely I understand you there for sure, but I think
Yeah,
that our nuclear family is like, the people that we have as our friends on the road and our bandmates and stuff like that. So I
yeah,
1000%
yeah.
understand.
I definitely consider my bandmates my family. Like I feel very close to them, and they're some of my best friends on this planet. And it's just nice to be around people who are like on the same page and understand you more than most.
For sure. If your bandmates are not your best friends, then you're doing it wrong.
I mean, there's always like people that are in it just like for the business aspect. Like the name of your band is basically your brand, right? So
Yeah.
like sometimes you'll have to have fill-ins and stuff, and sometimes those fill-ins aren't your best friends. Or like and
You're
that's like
cool.
stuff I've experienced in past
Mhm.
bands and things like that. But I don't know. I just tend to be friends with most people. and, some
Yeah.
closer than others, but I've not had too many problems. Luckily, I'm knock on wood somewhere.
I think that's why you and I experienced a bond so early on, is because we are kind of like the same type of loving, positive souls that just accept everybody and tell their assholes.
Yeah, and then
I mean,
it's,
true colors do show. Like,
Yeah,
and
eventually, especially if you're in a band or any sort of art or entertainment, it's hard to trust people because you don't know what their intentions are, or if they
yeah.
actually want to be your friend, or if they're trying to ride your coattail, or if they're trying to take something from you, or that's why
Yeah,
most of our friends are usually other people in the arts because they get it.
like I
yeah,
struggle with that the most because I don't I don't know anymore. Like honestly, I stay to myself. I do this, and you
Yeah,
see me at every show possible I can go to, and have these conversations with amazing people all over the world. I, to bring somebody in full time to help me, I don't know if I could do it again.
yeah. It's hard to trust people, especially, and it's like we were talking with like band capacities and stuff. Like I'm lucky enough that most of the people in my band, like I've known for years before we were even in a band together. But when you bring new people in, there's always that thought of like, I never even worry, like, can they learn the music or like any of that. My issue is always, are they going to fit with us? Can we spend, you know, days a week together on a tour bus, like that's always my worry. And I've been really lucky so far, especially with this band, with bringing in people that actually does fit in our circle that you can trust and get along with. But it's a hard thing to do when you spend more of your life with them than you do pretty much anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's bringing anybody into your family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Definitely.
True. I absolutely agree. You can come sit.
Come sit.
My taters are in the car.
Go get your taters.
Wow.
That's my girlfriend, Tiffany, everybody.
Hi, Tiffany.
Oh my gosh. Hilarious. Anyway.
So back with my hard questions, because that's all it's going to be. And this is for
it's
both
not
of
taking
you.
it easy on you.
I don't take it easy on anybody.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for. Let it rip.
All right. So you only have you can only play 7 songs of your own on tour. That's all you got. 7 songs. What are the 7 songs you're choosing?
That's easy because we only have like one album. The whole album.
Same though.
Okay, so I have to do this to myself because I thought there was more than 7 because
there's 8.
Oh.
What's the one that you would take out then?
All right.
Easier.
Probably our first single. I mean, we haven't played that one live yet anyway, but it's like our longest song. I think it's like 6 minutes and 25 seconds.
So I'm going to do this to myself because I counted wrong, I guess. Thought there was more than that.
Emotional, damn it!
Okay. Make fun of myself here a little bit. I thought there was more than that. I saw.
I've been in other bands and we had more songs for sure, but if you combine them all together, that'd be weird.
Oh, that's good
then
stuff.
I must have been listening. Hey, I must have been listening to everything on a repeat.
You
if
could.
That's the case.
Dude, Filth played
I just
Chin
hit
Check
play
twice. Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate that idea. I love that song.
All
right. So I wrote this one down so I wouldn't forget because it popped in my head while I was taking a shower. I know that's weird, but anyway. So if you had a theme song, okay, about you and your life, what would the title be and who would you want to record it?
Oh, you mean like a made up theme song or something from like any? The first song that popped in my head that wasn't made up was like the Golden Girls theme song.
Who would you want to cover that? Because it's got to be death metal. Like, yeah.
I would want Isan to cover it.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Or Igor.
We might be onto something here. If this happens, you're welcome.
I would love that.
Robert's like, damn it, I should not have put the two of them in a room together.
I'm here for it.
Teenage sleepover at this point. Okay. Go ahead, Robert.
I'm here for it.
That was better than expected.
So if there was a metal Spice Girls,
okay,
who are you picking to be which character?
That's a great question.
So we have to pick our own Spice Girl name?
Or
and
can
the person,
we?
I mean, how many were there? 4 or 5?
There were 5. Okay, I was obsessed with the Spice
I
Girls.
know
when
you
was a
are. I
teenager.
just didn't remember it was 4 or 5.
She said I was too.
It's fun. I was too.
I love the movie. That was about it, really.
Richard found banana fudge bomb
Oh.
pops.
She brought me ice cream.
Nice.
I feel like I would be like horror Spice, and I would like wear like all these different like scary masks
That is perfect.
since scary Spice was taken already.
Oh man,
Oh, that's good.
Banana fudge bomb pop. Bomb pop.
that sounds good.
Yeah.
You almost made me spit it out.
I'm hungry. I'm sorry.
Say what?
Be popsicle spice.
I'm wheezing. Oh my god.
Then you have then technically you have 3 more people to join you.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
we're
Ice
two.
Spice
We're
is
2 of the 5.
Yeah.
Ice Spice.
Um.
Nori chicken.
This is hard. I like these questions though.
I do too. I don't think about things like this.
Apparently, I have a lot of time on my hands.
We gotta get Megan.
Yeah.
Megan.
Okay. So yes,
Oh, wow.
we're definitely bringing Megan in, and she would be casket Spice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with the banana.
Banana spice.
I guess she's inducted herself as a banana Spice.
I was at the banana.
You're already here. You're part of
You're
the
already
spice crew.
This has gotten really funny. Okay, we need one more.
What is? I'm trying to. Do you know the singer from Amanaria? Nuvi?
Mm-hmm. Well, what? Okay.
I don't know. Her band is kind of thrashy, but Morbid Angel, so maybe like Thrash Spice. That'd be sick.
Thrash Spice is perfect. I like that.
Is
We
it-
would be like one hell of a Spice Girls.
She's pretty rad. You'd love her.
I'm gonna have
Do
to.
we need to pick one more? Yeah.
Yeah, you have one more, I believe.
Okay.
All right. You can be a Spice Girl. You'll be like Rob Spice.
Interview Spice.
I mean, that could happen.
You might as well just come sit instead of just standing over there being weird.
I'm not. Why are you calling me out like that?
She just wants to be a part of it. Part of your world. I wanna be where the Spice Girls are.
Disney Spice.
I'll be Disney Spice.
Yeah, poor Rob, surrounded by all the He's like, dear God, why did I even do this?
This is fun.
Just let them see you for a second.
Hello.
Hey.
Why?
Oh goodness. Okay. So, more serious question. And this is something I've always wanted to ask you. What got you into music to begin with? Like, was it just something you always wanted to do, or something you kind of stumbled upon, or?
I think as a kid, I just always loved kind of closing myself off to the world and getting lost in my headphones. Even I remember when I was like 5 years old and I had like a cassette player and I was, going on a road trip with my grandparents and my brother, and I've got like Metallica in my ears or like Aerosmith. I remember I used to have like, what was it? I loved Coolio. But I was like singing to myself. My brother would just be like, "Shut up!" And I'm like pretending the whole world is gone, But music was always just like in my genes, I guess. My grandfather was a musician. He played violin in the Pensacola Symphony Orchestra. But growing up, like his arthritis got so bad that he couldn't really like play. But I remember as a kid sitting at the piano with him, and he would try to teach me things. So it was always something that kind of was like sprinkled into parts of my life, you know.
I'm glad I asked you that question though, because that's actually
That was an awesome
that's
answer.
really cool. Yeah, my grandmother was a musician as well. That's kind of what got me into it. She was a famous bluegrass musician way back in the day, though. So kind of
Yeah,
opposite spectrums, but it's a really cool answer.
yeah. It's kind of skipped a generation because neither of my parents are musically inclined, but it's just little things. Like I remember sitting in the truck at the bus stop with my grandfather. He's smoking a big ass cigar. We're just listening. We're just jamming out to classical music. You know, that was like his shit.
I love classical music. It was my first
Yeah.
love, actually. I used to do opera, so listening to
What?
classical, that's how I started out actually. My vocal teacher when I was younger, I was a teenager, and she trained people to be opera singers. So that's what I started out doing. I was like super high pitched soprano when I started out, and then my voice started changing and it got deeper and deeper. But back then, I had like screechy glass breaking like octaves. Yeah.
That's awesome. I never had instruction as far as vocals go as a kid. My first instrument was flute, and then I played guitar, and then I got more into vocals actually in my early 20s.
Wow, I would not have thought that. I would have thought you've done this your whole life. I started out on clarinet.
Hell yeah. The wind section.
Yeah, I was a clarinet player, and then I was a bass player and a backup vocalist for like 10 years. That's how I started my first band. We were sitting in class one day and these boys were talking and they were like, "We need a bass player." I was like, "I play bass." I did not play bass. My mom went out that weekend and bought me a bass, and I played until my fingers bled and just practiced and practiced. And I showed up to an audition and was just good enough to get it. And they kind of taught me as I went. And I was a bassist for 10 years. And then,
That's awesome.
But what was the first song you tried learning?
well, I think everybody's first song is probably Smoke on the Water. Um, that was my first guitar song too. I learned bass and guitar around the same time because my next door neighbor was a guitar instructor and he was also a bass player. So he would just come over like every Friday and just teach me random stuff. But the first song I actually learned on bass was "Dope Show" by Marilyn Manson.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah. I was like, I want to learn that song. He was like, "That's a terrible song, but I'll teach you." He wasn't really into like rock and metal, and I was. So he learned a lot of songs just to help me. So shout out to Tony Callahan, wherever he's at in life now.
Hell yeah, Tony.
Yeah, without him, I would have never been in bands probably.
That's really cool. I
Yeah.
think the first song I learned on guitar was actually, I got into cold when I was in middle school. And the first song I ever heard was No One. I was sitting in a tree fort and it came on the radio and I was like, what the hell is this? I'm obsessed. I want to listen to this and I want to learn how to play it. And I learned how to play that one little part in No One. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun,
See,
dun.
this is why we're the same person, I swear. I'm so obsessed with Cold. I got the spider tattooed on my hip. I've seen them like I don't even know how many times, but I've always loved that band. I swear that's probably like the one band that kept me alive in high school, honestly.
Yeah, I think I listened to them up into, let's see, what was it? There's 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage. There was,
Yes.
I had the self-titled or the first one.
That one was amazing too.
That was so raw and so dark, and I just loved that so much. And then the third album, I think it was the last one I had by them.
Year of the Spider.
That was it.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then after that, I wormholed, and I was like, "All right, death metal time."
Yeah. That was the last album from them that I really like spiraled into super hard, which is why I got the spider tattoo on my
Yeah.
knee, because you know that became like their huge logo after the Year of the Spider.
Mm.
So, but after that, like you said, I kind of like went into much heavier stuff. So, still love them though.
Yeah. They're always
Rob,
like,
All right, back to a deep question here. Literally everything that you have lost is in one box. What do you reach for first?
oh, that's a hard question. God, he's on it today.
my bandmate.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. For sure.
Whoops, that
You
one
are
went dark.
you are a woman that has lost a great deal, but brought a great deal into the world because of those things. So I know that that's something that's a really hard subject for you and for me and for a lot of other people, but you are carrying that torch for your friends. I hope you know that.
It was something I think about or carry with me every time I play, and it was so crazy too, because like, I know this sounds wild, but it's like anytime I speak of them live when I'm playing or anything like that, if, for example, even at Michigan Metal Fest, even at Tennessee Metal Devastation Fest, it's like as soon as I start speaking of them, the winds start fucking picking up, dude. It's just, it's
Yeah.
so, it gives me chills just like saying that out loud. So if, like, for example, on the tail end of our set, because Moonbathe always, that was the song that I was like really excited to show Josh, because it sounded like something he would just like lose his shit to, like, or play with, because it's very like, it kind of makes me think of like Opeth, or like Opeth getting lost in the desert kind of vibes, and he kind of writes stuff that's similar, sometimes. And when I dedicated that last song to them, like the winds just started going nuts, and the people started like singing with me, and it was just such a spiritual experience, I guess you could say. But I don't remember where I was going with that.
Whenever you were talking about him in Michigan, it's like it was like a energy transference. Like I know I felt it. I'm sure other people probably felt it, but it was just this beautiful thing that happened. Like you could just feel it all around us. It was definitely an amazing experience to be able to be a part of that.
Yeah. It was definitely like, I don't know. It's always something that you think about when you perform. It's like you channel so much energy, especially for different things, different intentions, and you wonder sometimes if other people feel it, And then when you've got multiple people coming up to you saying like the experiences that they felt during that moment in time and how similar they are, and I'm just like, okay, we were all experiencing the same shit. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane it's insane how we're all connected within music in some way or the other, whether it be like the personal bonds or the music that we like or the shows that we've played together or whatever. And it's crazy to me how like some of those bonds are so much deeper than the bonds that you would find with just people that you would normally friend with, if that makes
Right.
sense.
Like that energy transfer is just real. And I think that's why also that I was involved in music so much, because it was just like such an easier way to communicate and bond and connect with people. Like I always had a hard time finding my voice or like speaking for myself or and
Me
and
too.
yeah, and I've music was the only thing that made me feel comfortable in doing that. So the only time I ever felt free was through music, where I could be my absolute 100% like soul. Like it's like when you play, you're turning your body inside out, and all they're experiencing is like the pit of who you are. That's your spirit.
I've never heard that described more perfectly, but I feel that you're very in tune with who you are and what you write and the direction that you want to go in. I don't think I've ever met another musician that is more like that than you. Um, but I would definitely have to agree with that. I think that every time, and I say this for myself too, but every time that you walk on stage, like you are completely uncovering the real you more than if somebody was just to sit down and have a conversation with you or to be in the same room with you. I think that your spirit moves so beautifully when you're on stage. That shows exactly who you are. And I think that's one of the hardest things that a lot of musicians struggle with is revealing who they actually are on stage. They're trying to play a character or they're trying to look good or they're trying to do these things, but you can tell that when you walk onto that stage that you're making that connection with your audience. And it's
Yeah.
beautiful to watch because your people are picking up what you're translating. And it's amazing to see that. You don't see that with every band that you get to experience. And that's what I like about your shows.
Thank you. Appreciate that. It's just when you get up there, I just feel like, I don't know, the walls just come down. I feel like in order to, and it's funny because I don't really worry about the perfection of the performance as much. I don't really worry about much of anything when I get up there. I'm just like, I hope I can convey a message. I hope they feel something from our performance. I think that's the most important thing to me.
I would agree. I think that when you start out in bands, you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to find your voice, you're trying to do everything perfect, you're trying to please everybody that's watching. And then you get to a point where you realize, I guess what I'm trying to say is that the most important thing is pleasing yourself because what pleases us is making that connection. That's the whole reason why we are there to begin with. And the message is, like you said, it's way more important than any performance. The performance is a plus
Yeah,
to that,
I'd rather be raw and human than a robot, a machine, because I'm far from that. You know, like
Well,
I appreciate technicality in music. I appreciate it so much. It shows the time and dedication you put towards your craft. But man, if a band makes me feel something, if it hits me in the chest and I'm just captivated throughout the entire show, like they have made something um, that I will remember forever.
I agree. And I think that, it's cool when bands can go out and they play every note, everything is completely perfect and all of those things. But if I'm not feeling something, I'm not going to care if it's perfect or not. It doesn't
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It waters it down for me. Like it just there's no substance. I would rather somebody go out there and mess up every other note and make me feel something than anything. I mean, you go back
Yeah.
to the times of like punk rock. none of that was perfect, but it made us want to break something, you know? It
I
made us
mean,
want to rebel. It made us want to go out and do something that meant that we were part of a movement, but none of it was perfect. And I don't know where we ever got to a point as musicians where we felt like we needed to be, because isn't the whole point of metal being imperfect and being the outcast and just making people want to feel something? We
Yeah,
lost that along the way somehow, I think.
I feel like it still exists in there somewhere. There is a lot of oversaturation with music as a whole, I think. But we both still have like that community that feels the same way, you know. It's just
Absolutely.
there's a lot more there's just a lot more people out there now that you realize, you know, that's right in front of your face. So
Yeah.
it's easy to get lost. It's easy to get lost in that.
speaking about getting lost, is there a song that every time you hear it, you're just, I guess, amazed by? Like, damn it, I wish I wrote this. Like, is there that song that, like, headphones are on, you're just sitting there?
Yeah, I would say, is it Silver Shadows by Kardashev or Cellar of Ghosts? Absolutely. It, you know, it's interesting too because it's like I discovered Kardashev like kind of while I was composing for Visitant, and it was so interesting to see like how similar our topics were, and I think that's what like hit really hard for me too because it was just like talking about like, you know, just wanting to find some semblance of home within, you know, what's supposed to be a home. Um, or we all had like really haunting lyrics overall, and they're just so beautifully written. Um, but yeah, I think that was the two that I would say that for sure. And then there's this one song that I will always love. It's it was a collaboration between Insomnium and Dark Tranquility Singer. It was called Weather the Storm. And the performance or the video was live, but I wish it was just like a normal single. Like I wish it was on some sort of streaming services, but it's not. You can only find it on YouTube. But definitely look up that one. The lyrics that stand out to me the most in that one is like, it's like, and even if you crush my body and drain it till the last drop, you can never touch my spirit and you can never touch my soul. And that'll always hit me really, really hard.
Beautiful. I'll have to check that out. So what is like your process? Not so much your process, but like what kind of things inspire you to write? Is it things like in your everyday life? Is it just certain things that you hear that bring on a certain type of feeling, or what gives you the most inspiration?
It's really interesting because it really varies on what comes first. Sometimes I'll write things like a cappella and I'll just like come up with notes and shapes of words that aren't words. And then I'm like, that sounds like this word. And it's funny because like I feel like Devin Townsend kind of writes in a similar way. He just starts like singing random gibberish over some shit and he's just like, ta da, a song, you know, but you know, it comes out being meaningful. Like I end up picking things that, you know, I feel something from. Like that's one way that I create things. Or like if there's a riff or a song already written, I'll actually pull from like old lyrics or you know, that way it still comes across as organic. So like if it's already written, I'm not trying to force like a rhythmic pattern. I'm like Um, I'll like listen to the riff and try to read what I have over that riff, and that's another way I try to do it sometimes. Or like I'll have this wild and gruesome dream that I pull from. You know, I dream of the spirit realm a lot. Um, and then yeah, definitely life experiences come up in topics for sure.
This goes for both of you. Is it easier to write when you're happy, sad, pissed off, or I have a tummy ache?
I think you go ahead. You go first.
No, you go.
I think for me, it's a lot easier to scream at things when I'm pissed off. And I think that sadness probably brings on the best lyrics for sure, you know, and it's also something that people connect with the most is sadness because everybody feels pain day to day, no matter what it is. We've all had loss, we've all had struggles. We may not talk about it, but it's the easiest way for people like us to talk about it without having to be as vulnerable. Um, I think it's hard for me to write happy stuff, but when I do, it's very rewarding and fulfilling because it's not something that, you know, people like us do a lot of. We do our own kind of like happy stuff, which is more like positive connection, empowering kind of things, but that's not really happy songs. So, yeah, that's my answer. I'm sure Chelsea probably has a similar one, but
Yeah, it's like I don't know. A lot of my shit comes from sad places or places of empowerment, but in a dark way. It's like
yeah,
um
same.
it but my it I write often in a sad tone, but the difficulty of it comes with the the intensity of the sadness. Like if I'm like crushed, I can't do shit. My brain is just I don't want to touch a guitar. I don't want to, you know. But then
Yeah.
like give me a week and then I'll like create something from that. Um but it's when I get to that point, it's almost like I channel my inner, I don't know, mom from Hereditary. And I'm just like you know, and so like screaming through that through sadness is just like just a wail of grief. Like it that's when like my best screams come out.
Me too. I think it's not really a band-aid. It's more like
You're letting it go.
yeah, it's like getting all the toxins out of your body. Like I used to tell people, you know, I used to do drugs way back in the day and now this kind of has become my drug because it makes you high, but it's also exhausting at the same time in the best ways because you are letting out so much that by the time you've written a song, you know, you feel like you need to take a nap. You're like, I'm just completely mentally and physically exhausted by this. But then the next day comes after it's written and you feel so whole and fulfilled again because it's kind of filled that void for a little bit. So I guess it kind of is a band-aid sometimes.
Yeah, it's definitely been relieving to have an outlet, you know, like that. It's been my therapy, you know. When I moved back to Florida, I had to lose my therapist, so like music just became my outlet. And I think like I mentioned before in other interviews, like it's like my shadow work, you know. I let the darkest parts of me out in music, and it goes back to, you know, being vulnerable. I'm not afraid to show people that part of me. It's just like you've got one life to live, and I feel like it makes people feel closer to you to know that like it's okay to be human. And I feel like, you know, music for us is it's going back to that connection thing, I guess.
I agree, and it's so funny because and I'm sure that you get this because you're super sweet yourself, but like people see us on stage and we're just like these roaring beasts, and then we get off stage and we're like, "Hi, everybody. Would you like a hug?" And everybody's like, "What?" It's like, well, I just got all the bad things out on stage, so now
I feel better.
yeah, it's like you're hangry. You go on stage and you eat everything, and then you walk off stage and you're like, all better. Okay.
I've been compared to, there's this, I guess it's like an anime, Agriskuko, where it's like this little, you know who I'm talking about. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but somebody gave me one of those like Agriskuko like plushies, and they're like, "This is you." I'm like, that's fair.
It's funny. It's really funny that you say that because I've been compared to No Face, which you can't really see it right now, but I've got a No Face mask on the wall because I'm obsessed with masks. Like I have tons of masks everywhere.
That's good to know.
But it's like No Face is so cute and just goes around and like floats around and is adorable, and then is like, "Ma," and eats everything. And then goes back to being cute. Like, yeah, all right, awesome.
Okay,
I guess we're both real life anime characters. Oh, there you go. Now you
can see. I love him.
Me too. I just love anime. Like, there's not a lot of anime that I've seen. Like my friends, I don't just go out and like watch anime. It's something that a lot of my friends like introduced to me, and there hasn't been a lot that I didn't really enjoy.
I feel that.
Maybe we're real life anime characters.
Maybe.
So when you both are on tour and you have to stop at a gas station, what is the 3 items that you always get?
Coffee. Maybe a water.
Yeah, I would definitely say liquids, like drinks for sure, whether it be water or energy drinks or both. Usually both. Like I never drink a whole energy drink, but I drink enough to feel peppy, and then I wash it down with water so that I'm not like killing my kidneys or my throat with all that sugar.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely liquids, number 1.
Do you ever finish a drink?
Yes.
Always, yeah, but usually not energy drinks because like I don't know what it is with my body. If I eat enough and whatever, it's usually not so bad. But a lot of times you're like on the go and you're like eating it or you're drinking it while you're eating breakfast, because you're rushed to go everywhere. So by the time it kicks in, I start feeling weird. I'm like, oh no, this is like crack. I don't know. Like, help me. And then I'm trying to eat things to like even it out. So I've found that if I drink like half of it and then drink some water, it's like the perfect.
I pound them like water. Like
I used to be that way, but like the older I get, the less my body enjoys it. It's like, no, we don't want this in here. So I would say that. I would say definitely like salty snacks. Like I have to have something to munch on, like because sometimes you're traveling 6 or 7 hours, and you usually don't stop to eat until everybody's ready to eat, and I'm always hungry. So I have to have some sort of like salty snack, or usually if I can find a healthy snack, like I love veggie straws and like stuff like that, stuff that's good for you and not going to make you feel like crap when you eat it, because that's super important when you go on stage.
Yeah, like I'm such a fruit bat. Like I'll go into that section of the gas station and get like a thing of like mixed fruit, or I eat a lot of watermelon. I know that's a weird one, but it's just like you're getting hydration as well as just like your fiber. I go for cheese sticks for sure. I just have girl dinner all day.
Yeah. See, yeah, especially on tour, I'm like, I need some of this, and this, and none of it works together. And I've got like grapes and gummy worms and like veggie straws and like eggs.
That's so I can't eat a lot of candy. It just makes my stomach feel bad.
So I usually
go ahead.
I usually don't eat a lot of candy, but like I'm a sucker for like gummies.
Those are good.
I think like the motion of it, because I used to chew a lot of gum, but it's so bad for your teeth and stuff like that. So now I go for like the least sugary gummies that I can find so that I'm chewing something, because I have like terrible anxiety, especially on car rides. So I have to be chewing something.
Oh, okay,
So,
that makes sense.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Usually with
sense.
the gummies.
That makes sense now. 'Cause
Mm.
Yeah.
I see your post of a new gummy or something like that, and I'm like, eat real food, and now I understand why. I've yelled at you in the past.
I
Every time
do eat real food, I promise. I'm a sucker for like new things.
Ooh, new
Like
monster. Yeah.
I'm such a foodie that like I want to try anything that's new, even if I know I'm probably not going to like it. Like in my brain, I have to, it's like this adventurous thing where I have to know what it tastes like.
Mm.
So I usually don't eat candy and stuff like that. But if there's a new candy coming out,
Okay.
I'm going to buy it at least to try it. And then I'll make Tiff eat the other half of it, because I can't do a
I'll
lot of.
stop yelling at you then now, since
Yeah, I can't eat a lot of
I'm like,
candy at
eat
one
real
time.
food, woman.
I used to eat a ton of candy as a kid, and I think it kind of must have spoiled me to it, because like now my favorite thing used to be chocolate. That was actually my first word.
Really?
Literally. Like I have been in love with chocolate my entire life, and now I can't even like eat a lot of that. It's like the older you get, the less sugar you want. Like your body just
Yeah.
doesn't, you don't crave it. You just don't, I don't know. I just don't really like a lot of sugar.
I've never been big on sugar. I love dark chocolate, and I think that's like the extent of my candy. Like gummy bears are rad, but it's not something I like seek out.
Yeah.
I think I just like robust flavors in general. Just like dark chocolate. I love like dark coffees. I like green tea. I don't know, just things that have a little bit of like a bitterness to them.
That's Tiff all the way. Like she is a dark chocolate fiend. She likes the coffee. She likes the teas. Like what she
Yeah,
a Thai tea today, and I was like, what
Hmm.
is that? I don't.
it's
Like-
sweet. That shit's sweet as fuck.
Hmm. She was digging it. I just don't like the flavor of it. I got the what was that? I got the honeydew. It was pretty good. It wasn't like super sweet. It just tastes like it was a honeydew like bubble tea. Milk tea. It was a honeydew milk tea. That's what it was. And it was pretty good. Like it didn't have all the sugars and whatnot. It had like the honeydew taste and boba. I'm a sucker for boba.
Boba is awesome.
It is. It is. I was hoping you would say that so I didn't feel so alone.
I can't. Me personally, I can't have tea. Period. So I'm allergic.
Oh,
I've
Terrible.
met one other person that is also allergic to tea.
I could do hot tea bag, but if it's whatever the powder is, my throat closes.
Oh, dang.
So you'll never see me with tea in my hand ever.
That's pretty wild.
That's
How
crazy.
proud it is for you.
That's the only thing I know that I can't have.
Every time somebody talks about tea, I just think about like this song that went around for a while that was like "Sweet teas are made of leaves."
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it's like cut my life into pizzas. This
Yep.
is my plastic fork.
Yep.
You know, all those parodies that went around there for a while. These are the things. This is how my brain works, you guys. I don't know, but I do love tea.
Me too.
Oh, that's a good question. What's your favorite kind of tea? Because I prefer like hot tea with milk and honey.
I'm definitely more of a hot beverage kind of person. I love Earl
Good for
Grey
the
tea.
vocals.
I love Earl Grey. There's a Earl Grey lavender blend that's probably one of my favorites. I also love rooibos for like a non-caffeinated tea because it's robust. Tastes like it's supposed to be caffeinated, but isn't. Yeah.
I'm gonna
How
go
do you
with
feel about the sorry, Rob? How do you feel about the throat coat tea?
I'm not a fan of licorice.
It's awful. It
tastes all right in the beginning, and you add honey to it. It's pretty solid. But then
Yeah.
when it starts to lose the temperature or like get colder, it tastes like butt. And I'm like,
Yeah, it
no.
has to be hot with honey and lemon, or I cannot do it. Like it does throat
Yeah.
the coat. I mean, throat the coat, coats the throat, kills the goat. Anyways, no, it does work, but I don't like licorice. It's awful. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
let me get you some throat coat tea. I'm like, please don't.
Why don't you just do hot water and ginger?
Ginger's good. I love
Ginger's
ginger.
fantastic. Coconut is very good for your throat too.
I have this
like coconut water.
I use this spray that I got from like a local, like a honey store. Like they make so much shit out of like local honey, like mead, but they had some stuff specifically for your throat. So it's like bee propolis, but it's mixed with mint. So it's sweet, but it actually really, really helps. I can't remember what it's called.
What? Yeah,
I know.
Take a photo and send it to your girl because that sounds
amazing. I will. I'm trying to remember. It's in my bathroom somewhere. There's a computer in my lap. But yeah, I'll send it to you.
That sounds awesome. I have some kind of vocal spray too. It's mostly just to kind of hold you over, like if you're sick or you got a scratchy throat. Because I don't know about you, but like especially during like the season where my allergies are awful.
Oh my god!
Trying to scream through that when you feel like you've got like this lumpy, scratchy feeling in your throat, no matter what you do, it doesn't go away. And like your sinuses are all out of whack. Like people don't understand how hard it is to be a vocalist when you have awful allergies.
God, I think the worst part of that is like my allergies get so bad that it like impacts my eyes, and so my eyes feel like they're on fire, and then that's when it starts to get miserable. It's like my allergies, like I'll sneeze 1,000 times and have a full-blown allergy attack where everything is itchy and stuff, like throughout tours. Like it happened this past tour, and I took like 2 different allergy medications and 3 Benadryl, and I was just like in one day, and it took that 3rd Benadryl to just get me to not feel like dog shit from allergies. But
I hope it was non-drowsy Benadryl, because
no, if I was going, I was like, good night. But it wasn't like before a performance. Luckily, it happened on like a day off. I was fortunate for that. But it was like, God, it's not that it's like really hard to scream through that, but once it moves into like your eyes and stuff, and you just can't stop sneezing, it's just miserable.
Yeah, see, for me, like what happens is like sometimes my screaming like triggers me into like a sneezing, coughing fit. Like
you can.
Your eyes start watering, you can't see anything. It's like it's a whole mess. Like guitar players, they can be sick as hell and still play, but you know, we have one mild allergy attack and we're like, oh God forbid, I can't do this.
I've had times where like if I was playing guitar, but this is just like me sitting down, and then I was having an allergy attack and I sneezed my face into the body of my guitar. So I was like, but it was like an acoustic, so there's like more surface area to like stamp my face into. But it's just like, man, allergies suck. And when it always happens more so like as we're driving through Tennessee, Atlanta, those areas,
places you're not used to.
Well, I think it's just the types of trees and pollens that are in there. So like I lived in Nashville for 2 years, but my allergies were the worst there than anywhere I've ever been or lived. But I went to an allergist and they're like, number one, you were born without any frontal sinus cavity. So like up here, I don't have anything.
Oh,
nice. So number two, they're like, you're allergic to 44 out of 46 things that we tested you for. You need to be in a bubble. And I was just like, fantastic. No wonder it sucks. But I guess because like Nashville area and surrounding, it's like they're sitting in a basin. So all the pollen and tree, everything and whatever just sits on top of you. They even have like marquees that say like, hey, don't drive today, carpool, like the air sucks. You know, not in those terms, but basically.
Yeah, that's how it is in Virginia. So living in Virginia is pretty awful too, because like there's so many trees and flowers, and you know, we're sitting right in between the mountains. So like you go outside and you could have a black car or you could have a yellow car because of all the pollen. Like it's really bad. And so I have the same issues, but a lot of times if I travel like more toward where you are, I'm good. And then I come back home and I'm like, oh, I can't breathe again.
My allergies are kind of bad here, but not as bad because like we're close to the coast, so it has a place to go. But landlocked places are usually harder for me. Out west is not so bad because everything is either desert or, you know, like it's really dry. Northeast is actually not so bad for me either, but just that little pocket just freaking sucks.
Yeah, I totally agree. The struggle is real.
So,
You're talking about things that you need to take on tour. My inhaler.
Oh my God. Yep.
Number one important thing so I don't die.
That's important.
I mean, yeah.
And an EpiPen because I'm allergic to so many things.
Yeah.
EpiPens are good. I'm such a nerd.
Thank you. It's okay.
So before we actually wrap this up, what's going on for the rest of the year for both of you?
Do you want to go first?
Well, I think we're taking a break and just kind of writing. We're trying to plan for the next year. I personally am going to Canada in December.
Nice.
But
oh
I'm
yeah.
doing the vocal feature stuff. Hello, Mr. Creepy. Yes, okay, girls. Sorry, I was reading. I get to kind of do like a vocal feature for the grandmother farewell shows, and
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I get to
it's awesome.
I get to hang out with them, and you know, it's just really cool to be a part of something really special. And I remember when they first came out, or when I discovered them about 8 years ago, I was just so stoked to like be like, I want to be her when I grow up. I want to. I was like, she's awesome. She sounds awesome, you know. And it was really inspiring. I'm like, I can do this for the rest of my life, damn it. And then I guess like she started, you know, getting worse in dementia in the past couple of years, and it was really sad to hear. But you know, they asked me to do a feature with them, and of course I was like, I have to get to Canada. I got to do this. This is going to be really special and really awesome. But I get to like, it's going to be really kind of surreal too, because it's like, one, I've never been to Canada before. Two, like all the homies in the Monster Factory are there, so I get to go hang out with them for the first time in person. And then also like Cattle Decap's probably one of my favorite bands on the planet. So I'm just like, this is crazy.
I'm so happy that you get to do that. You deserve it. 110%.
Thank you. But that's
you remember what I told you when we were in Michigan? Like you're going to get all the things that you deserve because of all the things that you've had to endure. You deserve it. For sure. 110%.
There's always that part of your brain where you're just like, that's so mean to you, you know, and I think that's something as artists struggle with forever. It's like, you're not good enough. Oh, you're not doing things right. Or, you know, like, I think for the first time, I'm like, I'm on the right path. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. And the more that you let go of those dark thoughts that usually hold you back, like it's interesting what places the universe puts you. You just, you know, like
it is, because we at the end of the day normally are our worst enemies, our worst critics. Yep. And we don't understand how that negativity is holding us back from our potential.
I think one of the things that sat with me the most, like over the past like 5 years, is I remember like getting to like kind of hang out with Cheney and them in Nashville for one show, and I think it was the first time I'd ever met her, and this was a good handful of years ago. And she looked at me, she's like, Chelsea, you're an awesome vocalist, but you need to like build your confidence. I could see that, and I'm just like, I gotta fix my thoughts. I gotta fix how I see myself, or I just need to let go more. So,
For
and
sure.
I mean, that in itself just changed my life. Just those few words. I'm like, damn, she sees that? I don't even talk to this lady.
They know. Yeah, I think we're pretty much doing the same things. We're going to take some time off because, between November to like February, March is really cold. You don't know what the weather is going to be like. Everything's just weird. So we take that time to write. We have a new guitarist, new lead guitarist, so he's doing a lot of writing now too, and so it's going to change things up for the better. And I think we're on the right path, but we're going to take some time off as well just to write. We've got a couple of songs that are already finished that we're going to put out in our off time. And then, yeah, we've got a handful of shows that we've got until November, and then hit the rest mode.
Yeah. I think we're just on that trajectory of writing. I think the next thing we write is going to be kind of a one-off, and we're going to be kind of DIY, like without a label, and just kind of branch off and do our own thing with it. Yeah, we'll have like a couple of features, and like we're collaborating with a really awesome producer and just prepping for that next release for next year.
Awesome.
That's a fun part though. I love like writing new music, and I'm just like, you're just sitting in a room with your friends and you come up with the weirdest shit. Hell yeah.
I agree. I think I love being on stage. Don't get me wrong. Being on stage is like the gift at the end of the day that you're rewarding yourself with. But the writing process for me is definitely my favorite part.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what you're capable of until you start writing, and then you go back and look at it and you're like, wow, that's cool.
I think my favorite thing too is like when you're working with a producer too, it's like they push you to do things that you didn't know you can do, or like have other ears on it to give you different ideas. And it's like adding another member to the band. You're just like, I didn't know this could happen, but I like it. Let's do it.
I live for pre-pro. Like all of that pre-production work is like fantastic. And like when you're early on in DIY bands, you don't even know that exists. You're just like, oh yeah, I'm just going to write this and hopefully it sounds cool and we'll see what happens. And then when you finally get with producers that give you that pre-production work, you're like, I could have gotten this the whole time. What have I been doing with my life?
For real. It's just really inspiring. That's my favorite part of like writing, is just like becoming inspired, and collaborating with other people is so much easier than just doing it by yourself.
Yeah, we've actually been talking, and we've got some heavier stuff that we're kind of working on. And when we were talking about vocalists that we would like to come in to have collab on such songs, because two of my band members are like super death metal. Like that's what they love and all they want to do. And so we've decided to put some of those elements in some of our future songs. And there's a song that we thought you might be perfect for. So kind of cordially, I guess, asking you if you might be interested in doing that.
Hell yeah! Let's do it!
He said yes to the dress.
I do!
Yes! You heard it here first.
This is fun.
So before we wrap this up, any other things you want to plug?
I'm hungry. But that's it.
Check out Chelsea's band Visitant. They're amazing. On all platforms, all of them. They're great. And if you have extra time, you can go check out my band, Dying Oath.
Do it.
And if
Hell
you have
yeah.
any extra time, just subscribe to all of us.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
free.
110%. And if you want to see what Chelsea also does in her spare time, go check out the Dying Oath video for Burn, because this lovely lady here put all of that together. And
Thank you. That was a fun thing to create. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for having us. And yeah.
So once again, this is on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Twitch is just Concert Rob because they would not let me finish what I was saying. And
Well,
well,
crap.
well, that happened, so it is what it is. But I will be back on, I think, the 5th. I'll be back on the 5th, 12th, and 19th next month.
Hell yeah.
So keep your eyes out, and have a good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.